Okay, let's start creating our pivot table. In order to create your pivot table, first you need to select a data range. You can select any data range that you are interested in analyzing. I could, for example, just select this bit data and pivot this much, but it doesn't give me too much information anyway, so why would I do that? So I would just select the entire data set that I have here. And after selecting your data set, you can head to Insert on the menu bar and click on Pivot Table. The range that you have selected will be shown in Table Range, and then you can select whether to put the pivot table that is going to be created on an existing worksheet if you have an existing worksheet, or even if you wanted to put it on the sheet that data is located on, or you could select to have a new worksheet where your pivot table will be located on. Now I'm going to select new worksheet. Okay, now let's have a look at the structure of a pivot table and see how that looks like. You have all the information that you need on the right hand side, which is called, so on the top you have pivot table fields. These are all the fields that you saw on your data set. It is the first row of the data that we have here, and they are the fields that will appear here on the top section. And then at the bottom, this is the most important part where you can drag and put some fields into the rows, some fields into the columns, and values should always be numerical values. And then you can filter your data in order to get more basically filtered view of your data. Let's have a look at this data. Now I see territory. Territory seems like an interesting field. If I drag it to the rows, it will obviously put it on the rows, as you can see. So we have for territory in our data set. And now I'm interested in finding a numerical value that I can put here. So let's select sales. Sales seems like a good field to include in the values section. So by putting this, you can see data simply by basically the sales data simply by your territories. Now, you could have a look, maybe you would like to put some values on the columns as well. And in order to do that, let's say that, for example, we are interested in seeing also the deal size. Deal size seems like an interesting dimension to verify. So you can see, for example, that EMEA seems to have the highest number of large deals compared to the other regions. And overall, EMEA has the highest number of sales figures that we have. You can sort your pivot table simply by if you select the grand total, for example, and then from home, a simple way that you can sort it is just select from largest to smallest, and that will sort your data from the highest to the lowest value. Now, if you, I can say that anybody working with sales data probably knows that the total numbers probably doesn't make much sense unless we have some information about the order date, right? And if I put order date as a filter on top, just to filter for a specific date, so you have a lot of date here that you can filter for, obviously. So let's say that I'm selecting this specific date, the 15th of June 2004, and click OK. So this will show you the sales that happened on that day. And you can see we have $71,717